What's up, everybody? We are live. I am RMI, founder of NEWFANS. And we have Judge and host Double R in the building. Judge and host Ella Banks in the building. And we have contest winner Ernes Byron.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it.
What's up? What's up? How you feeling?
I'm cool. Cool. Chilling. Chilling on a Sunday. Just dope to be a part of this. Glad you could interview me, man. It's dope. Appreciate it.
I appreciate you for being here. Do you mind telling us like how you got started?
And music. So I think I started doing music around the time I was like 17, 18. I had an older cousin really who was doing music before me. He used to write different songs and stuff, and he would low key punk us to like rap the songs and you know what I'm saying, on the karaoke machine. That's how far back it was. So but then from there I just kind of got the hang of it, start liking it, start writing myself, and just kind of learned how to rap and just kept going from there.
Dope, dope. Like, what challenges have you faced being a independent artist?
Oh man, I mean, as of late, just pretty much having to do everything yourself, prioritize everything, schedule music around your normal life, because I'm married with kids. So not having different people who that their job is to promote, the job is to get you shows, the job is this and that, kind of doing everything with yourself. And then for the most part, you doing it for the love for a long time because you ain't really making no bread doing this. You gotta really have a passion to do it outside of making money. So I think just everything. When you're independent, you gotta do everything. Ain't nobody pushing you but you. So if you ain't motivated to push yourself, ain't nothing gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I say those things are probably the challenges that I've had with doing music currently.
Yeah, I agree with you wholeheartedly. I'm a solopreneur as well, and I mean, I have two contracted employees. I'm about to hire a third, but it's
Mhm,
it's hard because you're wearing multiple hats, no matter what industry you're in. If you're starting off from scratch,
mhm.
um, you talked a little bit about touring, promotion, and stuff like that. Do you have people to handle that, or you are solely handling everything by yourself?
Yeah, it's solely me. I don't have anybody helping me with that. I'll know a couple people that I may do videos with or record with that I got, relationships with. They'll do what they can as far as helping promote or different things like that. But for the most part, it's all me.
Dope, dope. I mean, do you have any like things to share as far as tips and tricks that you've learned along the way that can help other artists?
Um, Man, to be real with you, I'm kind of still learning myself. Um, some of the years I was doing music, I was a part of a group. In fact, I've been a part of a group almost the entire time I've been doing music, except for maybe the last 6, 7 years. So everything that has to do with doing it yourself, learning, promoting, the streams, all of that stuff, I kind of been learning. I'm kind of new to it. So I mean, I don't really have a lot of tricks, man. I would just say stay consistent. I do know that it seems like you got to pay to play in a sense. So when you post your music on all these different platforms, uh, there's a little bit of paying that has to take place in order to get plays or recognition. There's different playlists, that you could pay for. Like I said, I'm still kind of learning the game, but I do know that you definitely got to pay to play for sure if you want people to hear your music. And it's just a different time. You got access to everybody, but the game is kind of sold up. And so if you're not willing to put a little bit of money into it, then you kind of get blocked. So just be prepared for that, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, Rick Ross, I will never forget this. He said that it took him 10 years. He said he didn't make any money for 10 years before he got put on. So that's a lot of dedication and consistency to keep doing what you do, grind every single day and not see a penny for 10 years. And look at
Yeah.
him now, when you see him. And then you see that when he got on, he didn't just relax. Like he, started the, what is it, Wingstop franchise.
Yeah.
He opened up some stores. Like he didn't just stop at, okay, I'm, I'm on top. I think Russ said you have to continuously blow up. It's not, oh, I blew up and I'm there. It's all right, now what, And
Yeah.
um I think we kind of forget that started from scratch because we like, oh, you can't wait for, and then you talk about a top, in your mind when I get here, but it's not just there. Like you got to keep going, keep grinding. So I really appreciate, independent artists because I love the grind. I love the hustle and the thought of being an entrepreneur. Um, so how do you handle the business side of being an independent artist? Like, do you have an LLC, a business bank account? Like, how does that work on your end?
Yeah. So um, I created an LLC for a brand. So I created another brand called Overbrand, or OVR for short. And the concept behind that was really just highlighting different individuals that live in light of others. Um, and so I feel like that message and that perspective needs to be pushed more. I think we could help each other a lot more if we're more in tune with what the needs are around us. I think we all play a part and moving forward. And so I pretty much I'm trying to put all my music under that brand, that LLC. So I have apparel, I have music. There'll be different things that I implement. And so yeah, I created an LLC just overall as far as a brand, and then I would add those different entities under it. So that's really my plan. Still building up the brand, but using music as another tool to build up ultimately the brand. So yeah, that's what I did.
Yeah, I think that one of the issues are that sometimes artists forget that they're content creators. They just, when they think of content creators, they think of YouTubers and video, but content is also audio. And the
Yeah.
way that record labels was getting money out of artists, not only just touring and merch, but brand deals. And when people think of
Hmm.
brand deals, they think of giving brand deals to like YouTubers. But I think
Hmm.
that if artists kind of shift mindset just a little bit and understand that even though their content is audio, they're still content creators, and just see how the other content creators are moving, whether they are video or written form, and pretty much just move similar. It don't have to be exactly the same, but see how those content creators are getting money and, being creative. Because, I've been sitting here figuring out, okay, what's the next step? Like, how can independent artists make money? And I think about that constantly. And I think I came up with something, but you know, I think that when, as you say, when artists have an entrepreneurial mindset, they're able to move in a certain way, kind of like Dame Dash, how he,
Hmm.
you know, was thinking about Rockaware with Jay Z. They could have tried to get with a brand, but he wanted to own it, and
Right.
that's where that strategy kind of morphed, where it's like, all right, we can have our own brand, we don't have to just create or sign brand deals, we are the brand. So
Right. Right.
um I love that. What platforms do you use currently to share your music and promote your music?
So really, I try to use, some of the ones that everybody's familiar with, the Spotify, the Apple, um, but mainly I kind of try to push everybody to YouTube, because as of late I've been realizing, the audio part is cool, but I need visuals. I think we just in a time right now where visuals are super important. And so YouTube is where I've recently been doing different videos and stuff just so that you could kind of see what you hear. It gives you a different feel for who I am and what I'm doing, and even seeing the message as opposed to just hearing it. So I've been pushing everything to YouTube, to be honest. That's my main one right now.
I got a question. How would uh how would you describe yourself as an artist? Like if you was describing yourself to somebody that came from a different walk of life than you, how would you
What
describe
happened?
yourself to them as an artist? Did you hear me? Did you hear what I said?
Ernest, I think Double R asked you a question. Did you hear him?
Oh, nah, I can't even see nobody or hear nothing now. Okay, I hear you now. I don't know what happened.
Oh, nah, it's all good. I was asking, like if you had to describe yourself as an artist to a person who came from a different walk of life than you, how would you describe yourself?
Nah, I can't hear nobody now. I don't know what happened.
How would you describe yourself as an artist to someone who wouldn't recognize you or the type of music that you create?
Um, I would say I think I'm true to the music. From what you hear is my perspective. Um, I think my foundation is gonna be a biblical foundation, and I'm a believer, so how I live is according to the word. And so my outlook on life is kind of a biblical outlook on life. So you'll hear a lot of different concepts or realities that I'll speak on, but it'll be from that perspective. So you get like real life music, authentic from the heart. I think that's the type of music you're always gonna get from me. Um, I'm I'm I definitely speak on my faith and what I believe. I won't hide it. And so, yeah, I mean, you'll get my perspective on life when it comes to my music, where I'm at currently, what I'm dealing with, um, me being married, having kids, all the realities of that. That's what I choose to speak on.
Dope. Other than streaming, what other avenues do you see yourself making money from music?
Um, I think eventually I'd like to start performing. It's been a while, to be honest. But I definitely want to start doing that. So just getting myself out there, putting more content out there, more music, so that I'm able to perform different places. But yeah, I mean, other than that, that's really it right now. It's I'm trying to make time for music, man, because it's a passion of mine. So as I'm inspired, I'm gonna create. The more I create, more music I got to share. I like to share that in as many ways as I can.
I like that. Uh, I'm not sure if he can hear me, but if he can't, can you ask him right now, currently, what would he say is his favorite song at the moment and why by him?
Someone speaking, I can't hear him. I want to hear you, man, but I can't.
He said, what is your favorite song of yours and why?"
Good question. Um, Man, honestly, I think right now, Brick by Brick is probably my favorite song that I've listened to just when I needed to hear myself again. Um, Giving myself the game that I spoke in that song that was meant for other people is meant for me first. So sometimes I put that on just as a reminder, you know what I'm saying, of what I live by, what I stand on, and that motivates me to keep moving. So I think that's probably my favorite right now. It seems to be the favorite of those who have heard it too, which is super dope. Yeah, that's the one.
Dope.
Dope. Where do you see yourself in like 2 years as far as like your music? How do you want to push your music forward?
Man, that's a good question. I really want to put out as much content over the next 2 years as I possibly can, because I feel like if I haven't in the next 2 years, and I probably shouldn't be, to be real. Like I need to stop, because obviously it's not priority enough, or the time is just past. So what I'm trying to do is, single by single, trying to work on an album right now as well. um but yeah, I want a collection of different singles, and possibly an album, if not two, within the next 2 years. And then, if I accomplish that, yeah, I want to be performing all that content, man, as many places as I possibly can. And whatever happens from there, man. Ultimately, I pray that would help build the brand. I think the brand ultimately is even more important than the music. And so, because I'm so passionate about music, I wanna be consistent in putting out more content that builds the brand. And so I want the brand to be a lot more forward because of the music.
How often are you putting out music currently, and are you looking to increase that output?
So um I was trying to be at a pace where, you know, I had at least 5, 6 different singles in a 6-month span. So a new song every month is what my goal was. Um, what was the other part of the question?
Are you looking to increase the output?
Yeah. So that I would love to have 12 songs in a year, whether it's an album or not. That's what I would love to do. That would be a goal for me every month to put something out, stay consistent with that all through the year, give me enough music to work on an album, focus on an album, and then put an album out in the next couple of months, 3 to 4 months after that. So I do want to increase it, you know. We'll see what life brings, man. Like I said, the family is number one priority. So I have to figure out how to still create around that. Man, I've been doing it a little bit, but I definitely would love to do it more.
I love that.
Yeah,
One song a month, and then by the end of the year, you have an album. So basically, one album a year. I
yeah,
think that's great for, like you said, a family man, an independent artist, a solopreneur who has a life, has a family.
right.
Um, I think, committing to that, that's good. Even YouTubers, they commit to sometimes maybe like one or two videos a month or whatever.
Mm,
So as content creators, that makes sense and you're staying consistent. And honestly, you can do something like you know, I don't know how you building your fan base, but telling your fans, "Hey, I'm dropping every 15th."
mm,
And you know, if you, want to buy it, it's being released then, so they know exactly when to expect a song. When fans know exactly when to expect something, then you can do exclusive drops. You can I think sometimes content creators do that with clothes. I've seen a content creator make like 15,000 from a few hours just making a exclusive like merch drop to their fans. So I know artists can do it as well because, like I said, they're also content creators. So being consistent, you're already telling your fans when to expect the next piece of content.
right.
Um,
That's
Speaking
good.
of fans, how are you growing your fan base right now?
Um, Man. So really, it's just been social media. Um, I haven't utilized the email way of doing that. I think I want to do that a little more because that's like direct communication. But yeah, other than that, it's really just been social media. To be real, I've been utilizing that to build a fan base. And it's it has a lot of pros and cons. To me, more cons than pros, but that's really all I got at the moment. I don't have a strategy yet to figure out how to actually do that. So I'm open, man, for suggestions. I'm definitely open.
How many finished songs do you have right now or albums?
Uh, I have about, wow, man, new stuff. I have maybe about 8 finished songs. I don't have any albums right now. No albums. Still
Okay,
working
eight
on that.
finished songs.
Yeah.
Honestly, and I mean, right now you can sign up for free and you get a 1 year paid subscription. But even if later on you wanted to sign up for new fans, um, this is the way I would
Mm,
do it because right now fans are customers. That's how I defined it. I know
facts.
that fans, you don't have
Facts.
to be a customer to be a fan or whatever, but I named my company New Fans to say new customers. Basically, without customers, your business, you don't have a business basically.
Right.
And growing your fan base, or your customer list or your leads. You can even say your leads. That's the
Yep.
number one thing that, other than making the
Yep.
music, you should be focusing on, because you want to make as many offers as you can, and you can't make offers to people who, to nobody, so this
Right.
is what I would do. I would sign up for new fans. I would take maybe your song brick by brick that you were saying, make
Hmm.
that free, right? And get people to sign up to download it for free on your on the new fans app. And then you can start building up your content list today. Um Honestly, that's so important. Every chance I get, I'm getting the artist name and phone number, email. I'm not playing games.
Yeah, I feel you.
I'm offering everything to
Yeah.
get that data. So, you being an entrepreneur, that's something I would focus on. It don't have to be for free. It could be for $1. It could be for, we have pay what you want options. So you can let the fans decide how much they're gonna pay you for the song.
Right.
Um,
Yeah.
but either way, if you give it for free, $1, $5, you need their information. So, and you
Right.
can start today. That's something that I wouldn't delay. Um, but yes, so you can use social media. So the social media following that you already have, make an offer, make a post, make, you say you do videos, make videos. Hey, I'm offering pay what you want, my song brick by brick. You get it for free, get it for $1, you get it for 20, get it for 1,000. Get the song,
Mm.
and you're flooding people to a place where that you're going to get their data and you're going to be able to contact them at any time. When you build your fan base on new fans, you have access to 100% of your fan base. There's push notifications to where, let's say, near the 15th is like, okay, on the 5th, you're like, hey, in 10 days, another drop. That's going to be pushed to 100% of your fans. If you do the same text on Instagram, that's like 7% of your following. If you
Right.
do the same text on YouTube, who knows, 10%. But with new fans, it's 100%. So that's why I think it's beneficial for independent artists like you to start building your fan base right now, because you are a business. And I see that you have the passion, you have the grind, you have focus, you have a plan. So right now, all you need to do is put that work into building your fan base.
Yep.
And by using the following you already have. So,
That's
um
good.
if you want to talk offline about that, we can, but I definitely want you to start doing that, because I love your music. I love your story. You keep saying that you're a family man, you a hard worker. There's so many people just like you who could benefit from your music, because you are that person. You are
Right.
him.
Right.
And I see so many, men, hardworking, family men, grinding. They're gonna appreciate your music, women too. So definitely get on that. I'm sorry that was like
Nah.
long winded, but when you talk
Nah,
about
that's
fan
good.
base, like I
For sure.
gotta I gotta
Yep.
talk. I know double R
Yep.
is like, oh Lord, don't have her talk about fan base. Having a fan base. She gonna talk
Nah,
all
that's real
night.
though. That's real. That's real. Like you
Yeah,
said,
yeah,
that's the customer. You know what I'm saying? And once I grab their attention, I just got to stay consistent with feeding them. You know what I mean? But the fan base is that's the most important thing. Ultimately, we're building a brand in general. Whether it's just the music, the brand, or apparel, whatever. Like the fan base is the most important. So yeah, that's good though. I appreciate that. Like I said, I'm looking for feedback and advice on the best way to promote it. Everything that I'm doing, and just I want to connect with the people. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like ultimately I have a brand that if you connect with it, it's not mine no more. It's also yours. You know, so I want to find the best way to do that. So I appreciate that.
Yeah, definitely. So, where do you see the future of the music industry evolving for independent artists? Because we have like AI, we have this, we have that. It's so
It's-
many things that's coming out. So where do you see the future going for independent artists?
Man, AI is a trip. I just need to say that. Like I never thought I would see something like AI, man. AI is crazy. But I think the future is, I mean, it's just more of what we see now. Like I really have access to the listener. You don't necessarily need a big label. I think you could present your value first now. Um, and like anything, I think if you're consistent, it's always gonna go back to being consistent. Even my pace isn't where it needs to be if this is something that I want to do full time and nothing else. But I think we had a great time for music as far as the artists. Um, you can be as creative as you want to be. There are multiple platforms to use, and everybody's already user friendly with them. So I think it's only up. It's only up for those who stick with it. So yeah, I think it's a great time. It's nothing like it used to be, where the goal was to get a deal and to get signed, and have a label back you with all of what they contribute. You can wait a little bit now. You could take your time. You just got to be consistent.
Um, what where do you currently buy your beats?
So it's different. So I got a cousin who produces, so sometimes I get beats from him. But then there's other like uh YouTube producers that I kind of just sift through. Uh, and if there's a beat that I like, I'll purchase it if I get that vibe or I'm inspired by it. But it's mainly just different producers that I find on YouTube. And if I like the beat, I'm gonna buy it. I don't really care if they big or not big. That don't matter to me. So yeah.
So you buy like mostly R&B beats?
I buy nah. It could be actually. I don't think I've bought any R&B beats that I've used or that I put out. It's mainly been like it's mainly been hip hop beats. Um, but yeah, I look at the producer, I go through his catalog, and if I see something I like, I'll buy it. There's another producer, a friend of mine, named Raymond Allen. He's a really dope producer. So I put out some songs with his production as well. So it's dope if I know him, but if not, I find some stuff I like.
If you could change anything about the industry, what would it be?
Uh, man, if I could change anything about the industry. I would just say I I wish that the industry was more about the music and the artists than the gimmick. I think the gimmick is always sells more. Mostly, there's a couple artists that break through, but man, the industry seems like it's just about the gimmick. It's about the numbers. It's not about the content. And I think we need a lot more uh, relatable life content rather than just the stuff that sells or sounds good or sounds like everybody else. I hate the the copy part of the industry. If this is selling, all right, we got to make the artist sound like this, and the artist doesn't get to be authentic. So I feel like when hip hop started, it was on that, but once the money got involved, it changed. So I wish that it would go back to that, just the authenticity of an artist and having the support from those who could finance to focus more on those artists, man. Life changing music, relatable music. Even R&B. R&B is different. It doesn't even get the support or backing that it used to get. So I think at that, I would change that.
Yeah, yeah, I agree with you wholeheartedly. I think that as more independent artists strive to stay independent and not get recognition from, you know, the record labels and the Hollywood hotshots, I think that it will become a time where artists will go back to, making music from the heart and not just trying to sound like everybody else and sound so commercial.
Yeah, right. Yep.
And I can't wait. I
Man.
recently just started making some music, and it's fun, honestly, to
Yeah, it
just
is.
make it without thinking about making money from it, and if artists did it from that point of view but still make money from it, oh my god,
Man,
because
right?
you made it. Like, there's someone or a group of people, your squad, out there who likes that same type of music. I was just talking about, I think I was talking to Double R about this the other day, and I talked to Ella about this too. Um, what's Double R? What was that artist name I was telling you about? And Ella, um, what was her name?
Are you
You
talking
remember?
female you was telling me about?
I remember I said Ella reminded me of
Yeah,
that artist.
I gotta look her name up, but I know what you're talking about.
Um, hold on. Ella, you remember? What is that? What is his name? Oh, here it is. Baby Storm.
Oh yeah,
Mm,
Baby Storm, like, she makes R&B music, but it's kind of like a cross between, I think, a little bit of like pop, rock, um, alternative, alt, and like she has her own style. And I feel like it's so niche that people who are just like her, as far as like the way she dress, the things she say in her songs, how she sings it, the melodies, like she has a tribe of people that
mm,
like literally cry. Like, there's videos on
mm,
TikTok, they're crying saying, "Oh my god, like I thought I was the only person who thought that way or dressed that way." And I'm so happy to see like someone else, like they she touched them just by being her. So what I'm
it's
saying
dope.
is, every artist have their own tribe. You just have to find those group of people who will love your music, love the way you dress, love who you are, and you don't have to change yourself for the money. The money is going to come because that's your tribe. They're gonna mess with you hard. They're your super fans, you know?
That's
And
dope. Shout out to Baby
yeah,
Storm.
yeah. I just feel like, if artists kind of found artists that independent artists that's a little bit a step above them and see what they do, I feel like, and study them, I feel like they're going to win, because it's not about trying to be like them, but look at their strategy. Her strategy isn't, "Oh, I got to be like Cardi B." Her strategy is, "This is who I am."
Right.
And then she's kind of building her business around that. and I love that. So
Yeah. It's dope.
so definitely, you know, that's why I was saying, like, you keep saying that you're a family man, you hardworking. There, that's your tribe.
Right.
And it
Right.
doesn't necessarily just have to be men, but there's women, you know, that are like that too, that who are married and, you know, that grind too. So I feel like you have your own personal tribe too that you can tap into. You just have to find them. And I feel
It's good.
like some of them may already follow you, but
Right.
have did you offer anything to them?
Right. Right. Yeah.
You
That's
know,
good. That's good.
so make
That's
the
good.
offer, get their data, start talking to them.
That's
So
good.
what's next for you?
Shoot. Just well, more music, um, more content. I wanna I'm somewhat of a private person, but I want to make sure that I give people just a little bit of me, who I am, what's going on, the family. I want to do more content, making more music like that. And just like what we talking about now, just finding different ways to connect, being intentional about connecting. And even in regards to the niche, as I'm listening to you talk, like, yeah, like being a family man, having a wife and kids and being on the grind. You're right. There's a lot of different people that are on the same mission and purpose. And so just keying in more so on that being my niche and running with that, just ultimately overall, just continuing to build a brand, take some of these things that I'm getting here and there and implementing them. And just pushing forward, moving forward, man. That's what's next.
So double R, Ella, you have anything to add?
I mean, can you hear me?
Nah, I don't think he can hear you.
And I can't, man. I wish I could.
No. Well, no,
Crazy.
I
I don't
mean,
know
just been a
why.
pleasure. You know what I
Something on
mean,
my end,
and
maybe. I don't know.
just wish him the best on his journey. You know what I mean, and I can't wait to hear more. Um, I think we should, if we can, start linking people's songs. So I like
Mm,
he said, brick by brick. I think we should link that if we can underneath. So you know what I mean. So
definitely.
artists.
Yeah, double said, he wishes you luck for your journey, and send me a link where on new fans where they could buy your song brick by brick.
For sure. Appreciate it,
um
Double R. Appreciate
yeah.
that.
Ella, you have anything to add? I think she. All right, so I appreciate you coming out. Hold on. Oh, Ella said no. Great. Appreciate you coming out. Do you have anything else to say before we wrap up?
Yeah, just I thank you. Thank you for what y'all doing. First of all, taking the time and listen to independent artists put their music out there. You know what I mean? I think this is why we do it. We want people to hear it or give us feedback, whether it's good or bad, be inspired by it. So appreciate y'all having this platform. Appreciate y'all doing this interview with me. Um, yeah, I need more of this anyway, man. Just show my face, hear my perspective. So thank y'all and keep doing what y'all doing.
we out. We out. We out. Get me out of here.